Episode 5 begins with Mary at her house when suddenly her phone rings. She assumes it's Wooju calling, but it turns out to be her ex-husband, Wooju. He says, "I've arrived in Korea." Mary immediately hangs up. Wooju tries to call again, but she doesn't pick up. He mutters to himself, "She must be feeling proud. I'll have to work hard to win her back." Mary, on the other hand, wonders, why is Wooju calling me? How did he even find out that I won the town prize? Just thinking about it makes me nervous. Right then, her current husband, also named Wooju, calls her. She answers. He tells her, "I found your mom's bracelet. Should I come and drop it off?" Mary replies, "No, it's fine. I'll come to your office tomorrow and pick it up." She then thinks to herself, should I tell him that Wooju is back in Korea? Maybe I shouldn't. He's already done so much for me. Later, Wooju arrives home and finds Pilyuen in the garden. She asks where he went. Wooju casually replies, "Just went out to hang around a bit. Anyway, what about you? Couldn't sleep?" She agrees. Wooju smiles and says, "You shouldn't take so much work stress. Uncle and I can handle the company. You should rest more, maybe even go on a date." She laughs and says, "What are you talking about? I'm too old for dates. But listen, keep doing your job properly. And you should think about getting married." The next morning, Mary heads to work and spots Listen arriving in his car. She tries to hide, but he notices her. He asks, "Where's your husband? I didn't see his car parked here." Mary answers, "He's been working overnight, so he couldn't make it." Listen nods. "All right then. Want a ride?" Mary politely refuses. Later, Listen visits Pilyuen with Hanguk. They talk about business. Hanguk says, "I know Mr. Sung, we went to school together and used to play golf." He adds, "From our marketing team, we have Wooju here. You should meet him." Wooju hears that someone from the beauty department store has arrived and is invited to join the meeting. Curious, he asks the secretary who it is. "It's Listen," she says. Wooju freezes. He quickly excuses himself, pretending he needs to use the restroom. Inside, he mutters nervously, "What should I do now?" He stays there for a while until his secretary calls, asking where he is. Wooju fakes a reason. "I've got constipation. I can't come." He tries to sneak out, but Hanguk and Listen walk in. With no choice left, Wooju greets Listen and introduces himself as the marketing team leader. Listen pretends not to know him. Inside the elevator, Listen asks, "So, you work here?" Wooju nods. "Can you do me a favor?" he asks. Listen smirks. "I already know what that is. You want me to keep your marriage a secret." He continues, "You don't really look like someone who worked all night." Wooju is left speechless. As the elevator doors open, Mary is standing there. She spots both of them. Listen asks her, "What are you doing here?" Wooju quickly interrupts. "She came to get her wallet. We accidentally exchanged them this morning." Listen frowns. "But you weren't here this morning." Mary, realizing he's messing up, pinches Wooju and says, "You're under too much work pressure. You forgot it was yesterday, not today." Wooju nods awkwardly. "Right, I forgot." After Listen leaves, Mary asks Wooju what's going on. He explains he's here for work. "By the way," he adds, "what was that about today and yesterday?" Mary sighs. "Listen saw me this morning, and I told him you'd been working all night." Wooju replies, "You should have told me earlier. I could have planned for it. From now on, you have to call me 2 or 3 times a day." Mary asks, "Are you really that interested?" Wooju responds, "What are you saying? I just want to minimize the risk." Later that evening, Wooju has dinner with his family. Jenny asks him for some money to open an ice cream shop. Yoonsu asks, "Did you meet Jenny's parents? Did you talk about marriage?" Wooju doesn't respond. He just gets up angrily and walks out. Sitting outside, he recalls a painful memory. Jenny had once told him she loved someone else who lived in that same room number, that their parents had already arranged their marriage. Wooju had yelled, "What nonsense are you talking about? Are you cheating on me?" Jenny smiled. "Are you jealous?" He replied, "You can't have 2 husbands. It's either him or me. Choose one." Jenny looked straight at him and said, "Then I choose him." Wooju then remembers his moments with Mary, how she once lay in his arms. He'd asked, "Why do you like me?" She had smiled and said, "Because you're handsome." He stares at their old photos and whispers, "Mary, forgive me. I shouldn't have done that." The next day, Mary meets with her boss, who's showing her a new design when she gets a call from Gonghwa. "I'm here in town. I want to see you," she says. They meet at a restaurant. As they sit, the owner comes by and says someone wants to join them. It turns out to be Wooju. Mary is shocked. "How did you know about this place?" Wooju smiles. It's a famous spot. I come here often. Ganghwa, seeing him, instantly falls for him, calling him her first love type. She starts describing the kind of man she likes. Everything she lists perfectly matches Wooju. Then she asks Mary about her first love. Wooju teasingly says, "Do you still miss him?" Mary answers, "I don't know. We only met for a short time, but I loved the back of his head. He must be even more handsome now. He was totally my type. If I saw him again, I'd recognize him instantly." Wooju hides his joy, smiling quietly. Outside, Ganghwa gives gifts to both of them. Wooju looks at them and asks, "Who's the cactus for?" She says, "That one's for Mary." Wooju hands it to her and jokes, "Don't sit on it." Mary blushes, remembering the night she accidentally did. Later, Wooju says goodbye, heads home, and looks at their wedding photo, smiling to himself. The scene shifts to Jin Young with Sung Hyun. He's pretending to be in pain. Jin Young says, "I know you're faking it. You're perfectly fine. You'll be discharged within a week." She gets up to leave. Listen tries to convince her to stay, but she refuses. Sung Hyun tells him, "Let it go." She's the director's daughter, stubborn as ever. Jin Young's colleague asks her, "Can you cover my night shift tonight? I've got something important." But Jin Young declines. "Sorry, I can't. I already have plans." Then we finally see what those plans are. Wooju waiting for her at a bar. The episode continues with Wooju noticing Jin Young and asking why she's dressed like that. "Are you here for a blind date or something?" He jokes, but she replies that she just felt like wearing it and asks what he's doing there. Wooju explains, "I didn't make the reservation, my grandmother did." Then he teases her about something from their childhood, reminding her how much she used to love someone. Jin Young quickly says, "He was a cheater. You know I broke up with him later." She takes a deep breath and says she wants to tell him something. She's about to confess her feelings when a singer nearby starts performing, and everyone claps. Wooju looks toward the stage, then turns back to her. "So, what were you about to say? Were you going to tell me?" He pauses before asking, "Did you see the back of my head before? Do you think it's handsome? Someone once told me they remember my head from behind and still haven't forgotten it." She looks surprised. "Who is she? Is she your first love?" Wooju smiles faintly and nods. "How did you know?" "To be honest, I met the girl who once gave me that toy. She's my first love." Jin Young quietly asks, "Who is she?" Wooju answers, "She's the cactus girl you treated once." Jin Young asks, "Does she know about this?" He shakes his head. "No, only I know. Should I tell her?" But Jin Young immediately says no. "Don't tell her? If you do, she'll think her father's death was because of you." Meanwhile, Sung Hyun is reading a magazine featuring Listen on the cover. He gets angry, throws some money on the table, and says, "We went to school together. Back then, when some boys were bullying me, you protected me. But that doesn't mean you're my equal. You'll always be my dog." We see Jin Young sitting at a piano, trying to play, but lost in thought. She remembers telling Wooju not to tell Mary the truth, and questions herself. Why did I say that? Maybe I was scared that Mary's reaction would hurt him. Then she plays softly, recalling a memory of a little boy playing beside her. Next, Listen enters the scene and notices Jin Young there. The story then shifts to Wooju's grandfather's memorial service, where everyone has gathered. Mi Young is talking with her son Young-soo, criticizing Wooju. But Young-soo reminds her, "Today's his birthday. Did you forget?" Mi Young replies coldly, "How could I forget? On his birthday, my brother died because of him." Behind them, Wooju overhears everything. Later, Wooju is driving home with his grandmother. She seems deep in thought about her late husband. The scene flashes back to a funeral years ago. Wooju was crying, and Pil-yoon told him, "Say whatever you need to say to your parents. This is your last chance." Wooju tearfully said, "They died. Because of me." Then the flashback reveals what happened. On his birthday, he asked his father why he gave his toy to Young-soo. As his father turned around to answer, a truck suddenly appeared and the accident happened. Mi Young receives a call from Pil-yoon's secretary saying Pil-yoon hasn't eaten anything today. Mi Young sighs and says to her family, "I know why. Today's the day she stops thinking about Wooju and remembers her husband instead." Then we see Han-kook remembering the past. He was there the day Wooju's parents died. A man nearby watches the crash and sends a message, reporting, "It's done." That man was Han-kook. Back in the present, Mary is at home when she notices it's raining. She steps outside and sees her cactus blooming with flowers. She takes a photo and sends it to Wooju. He receives it while sitting alone in his room, remembering how everyone ignored him that day. Then he sees Mary's message. It's blooming. A moment later, Mary gets a group message saying, "Today is team leader Wooju's birthday." She quickly texts him, "I'm sorry, I didn't even realize today's your birthday. Should I bring you a cake?" Wooju replies, "I'm starving. Just order me some food." Mary types back, "Would you like home-cooked food instead?" Then she hesitates. What did I just write? Am I flirting with him? Wooju messages, "All right, I'm coming over." Mary starts cooking, video calling her mom for help. Young-soo asks, "Why are you cooking so much? Are you expecting someone?" Mary denies it. "No, I'm just cooking for myself." She hangs up, but Young-soo smirks and says, "I know someone's coming. I just hope it's that guy." A little later, Wooju arrives at Mary's place and is shocked to see the table full of food. They sit down together, and Wooju tries the soup first, but it's way too salty. He laughs awkwardly and says, "It's been years since I've had soup. I stopped drinking it after my parents died." Mary gently tells him, "It's okay. There are so many days in a year. You can forget one. Just enjoy the rest." He smiles and eats quietly. Then, noticing something on her face, he leans forward and wipes it away. Mary glances outside and gasps, "There's a rainbow!" She takes him outside, telling him to make a wish. At that moment, her ex-husband Wooju arrives nearby, trying to call her. Mary asks the Wooju beside her, "What did you wish for?" He smiles but doesn't answer. She chases after him, insisting, "Tell me!" But she slips, her foot caught in a pipe, and falls right into his arms. The two look at each other, eyes locked, as Wooju slowly leans in to kiss her. Just then, her ex-husband stands nearby, watching them in silence. The episode ends right there. We'll meet again in episode 6. Until then, goodbye.